Hey, what's up everybody? This is your girl Miss P. I hope that you are doing fabulous, darling. I am feeling amazing. Y'all know usually I'm super hyper, but today I'm like ping, ping, I'm off the walls. I am using natural lighting. So y'all know how the winter is set up, right? So if it starts getting dark, you know, we just gonna work with it, okay? Because my lighting, something happened with my lighting, so I have to order some more. That is not gonna kill my vibe. We are gonna get into this ABC mashup. Please be sure to go ahead and like this video. Subscribe if you haven't already. It is free 99. We have to talk about scandal first and foremost. Then I'll get into Grays, and then I'll get into how to get away with murder. But hot tea. Where in the hell is Olivia Pope? That's what we were trying to figure out last year, okay? In 2014, the end, we were like, no, Olivia. She was getting it with Jake, with that Steve, and she was like, you know what? I'm just focusing on me, boo. So if you want to get it in, let's do it. But don't you be thinking that I'm going to be all up on your dick. You got it? They just dancing, and she like, oh, let me get my wine, and then they cover her mouth, and she's like, no. And Jake, he ready. He like, I'm large and in charge, big boy. And then he's sitting here like, where is Liv? Oh my God. So this episode had to be a combination of Dexter taken with a little bit of Saul in between. I was sitting on the edge of my couch. I haven't had this type of scandal reaction in a long time. I so enjoyed tweeting with you guys. Make sure to follow me because I live tweet during these shows. But some of y'all didn't like it and some of y'all loved it like myself. I felt as though it was giving me something different. We weren't in the White House. We were somewhere else. Granted, we were in a hole with Olivia and seeing a weave change, but we were somewhere else. I love to see Olivia in the struggle, you know what I'm saying? Taking the wire out of her bra so that she could pick the lock. I liked it. I was like, yes, Carrie. Have y'all noticed these doors are never locked with Olivia? She always got the door left ajar, or she has to go next door and get some sugar. So the dude comes in, it's like the purge, honey. He got the mask and everything. He take her into the other room. There's this little grandma in there. They looking in the surveillance, seeing where Jake is going. The setup was so real. They had everything on the go. They had the getaway car, and then the grandma is like, okay, he gonna let us go, girl. And I'm like, no, Granny, no. And she got pop. I said, no, you shot Granny in the chest. She having a heart attack over here. Carrie about to piss herself. Maybe she did piss herself, but I'm sitting here like, oh my God, who could this be? They're en route to wherever they are going, and they ask Carrie, you know, what do you have? Give us what you got. What's your last wish? And she said, honey, I ain't got no death wish because you can't kill me. And they were like, we got something else for that ass. So they give her an injection. She's like, oh no. So she wakes up and she in like some concrete slabs. I'm like, oh no, Carrie. And she is opposite this dude named Ian. Now Ian looked like, you know what, he ain't had a bath in a couple months. He just looked like, you know, he just been through, honey. He's like, we're never gonna get out of here. And she's holding his head going into Olivia Pope mode. I am Olivia Pope. We will get out of here. The president is looking for me. Go ahead and eat your slop. We're gonna get through this. They eat that nasty dry manwich and he like, yeah, girl, we gonna get out of here. And she like, yeah, we gonna figure this out. I'm Olivia Pope. I got this. The president is looking for me, honey. Each time she goes to use the bathroom, the weave gets worse and worse. She got to keep using the bathroom. She don't see no hope. But then all of a sudden, one day, she pissing and she look up. She sees a window. Of course, it's barred, but she like, oh my God, if I can get out of there. So she fills up. She like, oh my God, I got a wire up under this thing. So she takes the wire out of the bra and she gets up there. And of course, she only got 5 minutes. She done used probably 3 of them to pee and line the toilet real good. She get up there to pick the lock and they like, oh, no. The dudes come in and I'm like, no, Carrie, you do good and well. You cannot pick a lock in a minute. Are you crazy? She's thinking they are going to kill her, but they like, no, we can't kill her. They keep going back and forth. No, we're not going to get our money if we kill her, but we know who we can kill. They look at little Ian and he's like, no. So it looks like they popped him. Baby girl is in there like Miss Sophia about to rot to death, honey. She is having flash forward dreams of what she thinks her life would be. She's thinking Jake is going to rescue her. Then she's going to live in Vermont with the president. Tom keeps popping up like, you ain't going to get out of this, girl. Abby pops up and she's like, what do you think happened to the president's family? What happened to Jake? What are you doing, girl? You can't be making jam for the rest of your life. And then she's like, you dropped something. And what she drops is what helps her get out of the hole, we think. Abby kept speaking life into Olivia. She was like, honey, you got to save yourself, boo. Can't no man help you. I said, yes, Abby, you better have those locks of love and you better tell her you got to save yourself, Liv. with Save Yourself. The music in the next scene really got me. It was like a mixture of Donkey Kong and Temple Run if they had a baby. It was like dun 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 dun. I was like, oh shit, what's about to happen? She like, this time when I get in that bathroom, I'ma get out this bitch. But then she get in there and the hole has been covered. But the cry that Olivia Pope gave, she was like, but she had to cover her mouth because the dude couldn't hear her. I was like, oh, you better cry, Carrie. You better give that to me. I felt that emotion. Yes. She just sitting there like, Lord, what I'm gonna do? She looks down, you know, the pipes underneath sinks, and she sees what Abby told her she dropped. She gets that pipe, she puts it in her sleeve, and she goes out, and the dude is like, well, let me go ahead and shackle you again. And she like, blop, blop, blop. Now from that dream, her invisible balls came in, and then they dropped when she plop, plop. Oh, dude. So she got the keys, and she got his gun, and she running, honey. It's slow motion. She looked like she done been in the wilderness. She like, oh Lord, oh Lord. Now the main dude that been talking stuff to her this whole time, he come out. Now why does this happen? Every time somebody is captured and they get ready to get out, they drop the gun or they fall. It's like, oh my God, shoot him. The dude is like, you not gonna kill me? She like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. She got that gun ready. He was like, oh shit. And she was like, block. One shot to the head. Now you know he dead. That's Lil Wayne for you. Carrie is like, I'm free. She picking them locks. She giving me Legends of the Hidden Temple. She like, Lord, I gotta get out of here. She opens it up and it's like a carnival type of thing. I was even sitting here like, I never suspected that it was Ian that orchestrated this whole thing. I said, oh shit. I mean, oh shit. Wants the attention of the president. She got to make this tape talking about, my name is Olivia Pope. And a war. Oh, he's gonna kill me. We will see what is going to happen. Let me know down below, what do you think is going to happen with Miss Olivia Pope, honey? Did you know it was Ian? Like, for real, did you know it was Ian, or did you think it was somebody else? What do you think is gonna happen? Who is going to save Olivia Pope? This takes me back to the first days of Scandal. So let's go ahead and get into Grey's Anatomy. That is one of my favorites. This episode just clutched at your heart. Why? Because of Jackson and April. I just love them together. Now that they're gonna have a baby, they figure out that it's a chance that the baby might not survive, or the baby will have to go through surgeries. And when April cried into Jackson and said, we're having a boy, I said, oh, April, Lord. And when Jackson was crying in the supply room, I just wanted to hold him, you know, and console him and maybe fondle him a little bit. Dr. Harmon finally figures out, okay, shoot, let me go ahead and have this surgery. I done went through all these trials. Why not? Yes, Arizona, you better come through. You better walk out of surgery and say, I'm done with this. You don't, She's gonna let the female Dr. Shepard conduct the surgery, even though it's super risky. She's gonna wait until the tumor is almost hitting the hippocampus, I believe controls your memory. So that's why she's like, no, let's not do it until that time, because I'm still teaching Arizona what she needs to know just in case I don't make it. Meredith and Dreamy, they're back together. It's all centered around Meredith Grey. But this is one of the first times that I could actually connect with her character, and I really felt her hurt. I was like, oh my God, you better cry because you have so much on you. She was telling the nanny, I need a person. And I was like, oh shoot, because Christina left. Yeah. And you know, Dreamy done left. I said, I feel you, Meredith. You need a person. Whoever picks the music for Grey's Anatomy, I just have to say it is magnifique. It was a good, touching episode of Grey's Anatomy, which brings me to How to Get Away with Murder. What is your penis doing on a dead girl's phone? Annalise is trying to keep everybody strong so that they can get away with this murder. She like, look, y'all can't be cracking. I do this for a living. I'm trying to get y'all off. Y'all can't be acting soft. Let's go. Now that Viola Davis knows she can act. When she cried, the snot be out of her nose. Did y'all see that when you were watching? Like, she had like a tendril of snot when she was like, Sam. I was like, can somebody get her a tissue? That is a cry. That old messy lawyer with the permanent French roll knows something is up. She like, hello. Everybody looking guiltier and guiltier, and other people in the community are like, Anna, why are you defending baby girl when your husband is dead? You supposed to be shook. Even Nate was like, hello. Did you have something to do with this? And she was like, no, Nate. I needed you. So everybody in the camp now has to prove that Sam killed Lila. Sam had a means to kill her, and he came back that night to get away. They figure out everything that they have to do to get this done. They even track back when Lila had to go to the clinic because Sam wanted her to get an abortion. So they get a subpoena to get the surveillance tape inside of the clinic. So only the courts could see it and they wouldn't violate HIPAA laws. I was like, damn, people be getting away with stuff for real. Sam was the baby father, like we knew. Frank is like, yo, what is going on, Annalise? You a little bit too happy that Sam is the father. And she's like, if I tell you, will you help us? I mean, she was so into it. He was like, yeah. So Annalise ends up telling Frank, I don't know if she told him everything that happened or like a little glaze over. Of course, he mad at Laurel. And I have to say, Frank is something cute to me. Hey, Frank, how you doing? I like that beard. I like that. Laurel ends up telling, I call him Q-Tip. She ends up telling Q-Tip that Connor and Michaela are getting ready to go to the police and confess that they did it. So Q-Tip is like, no. We done come too far. I got to tell Annalise so that she can fix this mess because I can't do this. Annalise gets out of the car and she's like, I know that you guys are scared. Let me help you guys. I can help you through this. I promise you will get away with this. And I'm like, ooh, you a lethal bitch, girl. Yes. Everything is back to normal, we think, until Sam's sister arrives. This wasn't like the best how to get away with murder, but it really sets you up for what's going to happen next. They said it was 3 episodes left, and I'm sitting here like, for real? Only 3 episodes? Down below in the comment section, please let me know what you thought about these shows. Let me know which ones are your favorites. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you on the next video. Peace, love, and all that good stuff. God bless. Bye.